welcome back to VogelStang. Thanks for checking out this video. And today we are on E85. Yes, we made the switch over, and it's pretty good. There's huge increase in horsepower and torque. It just feels so much better. This car is becoming more and more of a beast with each upgrade, and it's just amazing. So I made the switch over actually a couple weeks ago, and it went fairly smoothly. Not smooth as glass, but fairly smoothly. I ran the car down to 0 miles, and let it run a couple more minutes, like 5 or 10 more minutes in my driveway with when it was down to 0 miles. And I didn't run it out of gas. I didn't want to actually do that, but it was getting close, so I turned it off and threw in some E85. So what I did previously, I'd filled up a 5-gallon tank of E85 and had that ready to go. So I threw in the 5 gallons of gas, flashed the tune, and then headed over to the gas station and filled up with E85. I also did an E85 test that I bought off of Amazon, and it actually wound up being E70, so not quite E85. And so, you know, I was a little worried about that, and I emailed Palm Beach Dyno. They said not to worry, that is like the lowest that their tune accepts. Their tune is good for E70 to E85. Anything lower than E70, they would suggest not running the tune. The next step was to run the car for 20 minutes. Palm Beach Dyno wanted the car ran for 20 minutes to ensure that all the 93 gas was out of there, and then do a 5-minute drive log. Alright, so we've been driving around for a bit, and got some check engine lights. So, check engine light. So, not sure what that's about, but we do have a check engine light that came on. As soon as I get a chance, I'll pull over and see what the codes are. So I'm actually not too far from home, so I'll probably just drive home and read the codes in the driveway. Alright. Exit gauges, diagnostics, read codes. System 2 rich, P0172. Looks like we got 5 codes. Oh, I went too fast. P0175, System 2 rich. P05A1, unknown SAEDTC. P0172, System 2 rich. I don't know why the color is different. P0175, System 2 rich. So, air fuel ratio is 9.9. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be normally. So we'll send these over to Palm Beach Dyno, see what they say. Somewhere in that range, somewhere between like 10 to 15 minutes, check engine light came on, and I decided to not drive the car any further. So I wound up just driving it home, and you know, I babied it the whole way, you know, so this is something that I made sure even for the first 10-15 minutes that I drove before the check engine light came on, you know, this is not time to test out how fast E85 makes your car. It's, you know, adjustment time, right? So I'm sure there's got to be a lot of stuff going on inside the car, making adjustments to the E85 being inch dyno, and they sent me back a revised tune, and I loaded that one up and cleared the codes, ran it for another 20 minutes, no issues, no check engine light, and did the 5-minute log, sent it over to Palm Beach Dyno, and they said basically you're good to go. Telling you, that feels good, really good. You don't even have to like rev it out. It still feels so good, right? Third gear pull. Pretty good. At the end, when I let off, there was a cop coming the other way. He probably heard me, but didn't see me. Was there police stations right there? E85, E85, E85. Since I've had E85, a couple things have come into play. One is I went to go fill up. First of all, there is a big difference in gas mileage. Definitely a significant difference in gas mileage. So before E85, and mind you, most of my miles are highway miles, so my MPGs are pretty decent. So before E85, on 93, I was averaging somewhere in the range of 21 and 22 miles per gallon. Switching over to E85, I am now averaging in the range of 16 to 17 miles per gallon. Now, it kind of balances out a little bit, because the price for E85 is significantly cheaper than 93, right? So right now, I believe 93 is $4.29 here a gallon, and E85 is, oh my, people are doing 60 miles an hour in the left lane. I'm dropping down to 55. It's absolutely ridiculous. What are they doing? The speed limit is 65, and we want to do 60 in the left lane, and there's probably less cars in the right lane than there are in the left lane. It's always the case here, always. So what was I saying? 93 is $4.29 a gallon. And E85 is difference in price, and I worked out the math for it, and honestly, there's not much difference when you work it out price-wise. I think the E85 is probably a little bit more expensive to run. I'll have to see. I'll show you the numbers. So I think the E85 is a little bit more expensive to run than 93. Another issue that I ran into is I did wind up going to fill up with E85 one day at the gas station that's like literally 5 minutes from my house, and I go there and there's a big sign, no E85. I'm like, really? Is this a thing? Does this happen all the time? Is this a normal occurrence? So I did wind up driving to the other E85 gas station, which is actually a much nicer gas station than the one that's close to my house. The one that's close to my house is kind of beat down, but you know, as long as they provide okay gas, then I'm fine with it. But the one that is a little bit further away is a lot nicer. So I went there and they had the E85, so I was able to fill up and, you know, drive my car. The next time I went to go fill up the E85, I went again back to the one that was a little bit further away just because I kind of liked it and kind of liked that gas station better. So I went back there, filled up again, and drove around, and you know, it feels really good. And I think it was the third time I went to go fill up, or the fourth time I went, and the gas station that was a little bit further, the nicer gas station, now that one had a sign on it saying no E85. So that's, you know, I'm driving around with the E85 for like 3 weeks, and already both gas stations that carry E85 ran out of it. So that is not a good sign. I think honestly what I'm gonna do is, you know, E85 doesn't like the cold weather. It's already getting cold here, where I've had a couple days that it was below freezing, so it was like 30 degrees for a couple days. Right now it's like 49, and the car doesn't start up very well with E85 in the cold. It starts up and then it stalls out, and then you got to start it up again. So E85 does not really play nice with the cold weather. Plus, once the cold weather is here, you know, you're not going to have the traction that you need. Even before E85, you can't really get on the car that much in the cold because the traction just isn't there. So is there really even a point to have an E85 during the winter? Probably not. So honestly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch back to 93 once I get my last drag strip trip in. So next video will be at the track, E85, Mickey Thompson, drag radials, ET Street R's, E85 tune, cold air intake, JLT, all this good stuff that I've got. Just need to stop the hop kit, and we'll see what kind of times we can throw down now. And that's it. You guys have a great night, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and be well. See ya.